First off, TJ, congratulations on what is now a little over a year in the NFL. What's the experience been like coming from, playing with the Thunder and playing with the Predators in the AFL now to the NFL?
Yeah, it's been a huge blessing, and that's kind of the biggest thing I can take from it. It's been a blessing that God has been able to, allow me to have, and being able to go through the route that we went through, and now being here, going into almost my second year in the NFL. It's just one of those things where it's like, it's everything I dreamed of, and at the same time, learning so much about myself, learning so much about how to become a professional, and it's such an exciting time in my life, and I just want to keep continuing to work hard and continue to stay where I am.
You were one of the first signings in the history of the Thunder, and that means you were along for almost every step of the expansion process.
Yeah.
With that being one of your first professional experience, what about that process do you feel prepared you for your time in the NFL?
I believe that the process was one of those things, mental toughness really. A lot of mental toughness, a lot of consistency that you have to have, and also having to understand that you got to fight and earn for everything that you have. I remember going up there at Portland and just we started from scratch really, with the guys, and I still talk to a lot of the guys that we played with just because we all grew together, we all built the foundation there together, and those guys are all good people. And being able to go through that process, kind of also set a legwork for what I'm going through now instead, and parts of, just understanding how you have to be a professional really, as much fun as you might have, you have to understand your job is first, and that process definitely helped me out.
How different was that experience when you were there for those first few months, and obviously through that expansion process? How different was that from the time that you spent with the Chiefs? You went from a scenario that, a team that's got 50 some odd years of, history and tradition to bare bones starting.
All right, with the Chiefs, it was really a little 3-day mini camp thing, I really didn't even get involved too heavily with those guys. It was one of those little tryouts, from coming out of school, and it was just a taste, which pretty much you can just consider what you can potentially have, and not working out for me also made me realize I just got to continue to work harder, and getting blessed with the opportunity to be able to, Mike DeJulio, former I believe player personnel guy for the Thunder, giving me that chance to be able to go up there and play, definitely made such a big step in my career. It was a big step in my life because I love football so much, and I had no other option. And so I'll never forget the time I spent out there in Portland.
Pretty evident seeing from your testimonials in Sons of Thunder and then watching you play through those 9 games, you featured in Portland that you were destined to get your chance at the NFL.
Yeah.
What was your focus like through the expansion process, and what kept you dialed in?
Yeah, I'm really, man, I think would just be the fact that I wanted to play big-time football. I wanted to play in the NFL, and having a chance to play with Portland and the professionalism that we had there, the guys that we had there, we all had the same dream. And really, it wasn't just for me making it here that is, I'm the guy that it was one of those things where I tell guys now even, I know how badly you all want to be here, and your chance will come, but at the same time, for me to be able to do it for y'all, you know what I mean? And that's kind of the way I speak with Casey Obi all the time. Actually, that's one of my really good friends, and I speak with KC all the time, and I'm just like, man, just keep balling, you know what I mean? And pray hard, and everything else it's going to show up how it's supposed to. And, I do it for a lot of the guys that I play with, from the Preds to the Thunder, because I know we all have a dream is to be out here on this field. It ain't just about me, and that keeps me going, and that whole process keeps me going.
So you've gone from Nigeria, obviously, to Toledo, to Portland, now to Central Florida and West Central Florida. You're getting your frequent flyer miles, right?
All the way up, man. I should get a free flight across the world sooner than later. But yeah, man, it's been a whirlwind, man, just being able to touch ground in so many places, from Philadelphia to going to train in Houston, just being all over the place, just chasing a dream. And, that's one thing I think that's in me, is that I'm going to work hard for a dream and a purpose that I have in my life. And I just thank God for blessing me with the ability to do it. And the blessings and the favors that comes about through that whole situation is now up to me to capture them. And that's why we work hard. So I just hope that I can just continue to do everything I'm doing, and do it right, and even do better.
Right. Situation time now, and we won't know until we see the schedule this year for the Thunder. But what colors are you wearing if the Thunder decide to make a trip down to Amalie Arena right over here and play in the Storm? You're not gonna be in blue and gold,
No, I'll probably be in neutral. I mean, if they're playing the Storm, I'd probably wear Thunder colors, honestly, because I mean I didn't play for the Storm, but
right. You played for the rival,
the Predators. But you know, I support all those guys that are still up there. You know, like I said, KC is one of my good friends, so I'm always supporting KC regardless.
So speaking of the Storm, you had a pretty good game against them back in 2014. You had a sack and a half in what was the second ever win for the Thunder, which capped off the Florida double that first season with the win over Jacksonville the week before.
Right.
The feeling in the Thunder locker room right here in Tampa that night after you guys notched your first 2 wins.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty amazing feeling. I'll never forget that night. It was kind of funny because it's weird how everything kind of works out and how I'm back in Tampa and things like that. And I remember us winning that game and guys getting together, guys hanging out, having a good old time. Me never realizing that I'll be coming back to possibly play in Tampa. So I do remember that game, visually remembering that game also, and just the enjoyment that we had in winning that game, which was big for the history of our team at the time, you know, the Portland Thunder.
You got your chance this past weekend to get back into the fold. You were on the mend for a little bit, I guess an injury during training camp. What's the focus now that you're back out on the field for TJ throughout the 2015 season?
Improvement. I have to show improvement. I have to continue to get better. I have to continue to gain trust from my teammates and coaches. I have to take the next step. You know, it's going to my second year. I don't believe in stagnicity at all. And I have to make sure that, you know, I'm doing things the right way and continue to get better. And, you know, all our goals are on the table, you know, making sure I'm working towards our team goals, and all the individual stuff will come along. But I just got to make sure I'm doing my part, which is getting better, and also definitely helping the team out, whichever situations, whichever plays I'm in.
And then finally, is there anything you'd like to say to the fans back in Portland?
Yeah, man, I'd like to say thank you to all the guys back there. I know a lot of the fans, some of them keep up with me on Facebook, Twitter, even some of my Instagram and stuff like that. And I see it all, and I appreciate all you guys, man. I thank you for the time that I spent out there. It was a blast. I love it up there. I've been waiting, trying to get back up there sometime. And you know, just want to say, go Thunder. You guys do your thing, man. And appreciate all the support and all the love you show.
TJ, thanks for the time and good luck in your season with the Bucs.
Thanks, man.
This is the Portland Thunder.
Yep.
The Arena League team, man. First off, I wish you all the best. And secondly, man, you came all the way down from my man TJ, man. Hey, listen, I appreciate y'all allowing us to have him, man. This is my guy, man. Hey, y'all messed up. I let him go. He with us now, baby.
If y'all don't know, that's Jeremy.
That's my.